Hello, Super Sleuths. I'm Gumshu, and I'll be your Deck Detective. Deck Detective is a series in which every week I play and discuss a new deck. This week, we're looking at Dinomorphia, an archetype with fusion dinosaur monsters and a suite of trap cards that support making them as well as providing other utility. Their gimmick is that everything they do halves your life points, and that they get benefits from having low life points. Initially released in the Invincible Raid Selection Pack, new support in Rexstorm and Frenzy introduced in the beginning of Turmoil gives another broken fusion trap and a boss actually worth summoning with it. Let's get into the deck list. Here's the list, and yes, a majority of the cards are ultra rare. This is one of the most expensive decks in the game, with 4 in archetype URs, most of which you need playsets of. Thank the Lord they held back on Frenzy too. Let's get into the list here. We have 3 Ash Blossom, staple, 3 Theresia. If it's normal or special summon, you can set a Dinomorphia trap directly from your deck to the spell trap zone. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish a trap from your graveyard to special summon a level 4 or lower Dinomorphia monster from graveyard except Theresia. That will be Diplos. This card is normal special summoned. You can send a Dinomorphia card from your deck to the graveyard, and then it has the same effect as Theresia, where you can banish a trap to special summon the other level 4 from your graveyard. This card sucks, but you have to play it as names to send with Frenzy and Domain, whereas Theresia is an amazing normal summon to set any Dinomorphia trap from your deck. 2 Lord of the Heavenly Prison to help search and protect your back row. 2 Fossil Dig, I'd play the third, but I don't really have anything else I want to cut here. 3 Pot of Duality, rest in peace, my old friend. I will see you in the afterlife, third copy. 1 Pot of Prosperity, 2 Called By, 3 Eradicator Epidemic Virus. This deck has targets, and we need something to beat Runic. 2 Ferret Flames. If the combined attack of all your face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than their life points, make your opponent shuffle face-up monsters they control into the deck, except monsters with 0 attack, so that the combined attack of the remaining monsters they control becomes less or equal to your life points. This is an insane card in this deck. It is non-targeting, making your opponent shuffle back removal, which is the most powerful removal in the game. So incredible. 3 Imperm, 3 Domain. During the main phase, you can pay half your life points to fusion summon a Dinomorphia fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand, deck, or field as material. And then also, all the normal Dinomorphia traps have the effect when your opponent activates a card or effect while your life points are 2,000 or less, you can banish this card from your graveyard, and you take no effect damage from your opponent's card effects this turn. Card once per turn. 1 Dinomorphia alert, pay half your life points, special summon up to 2 Dinomorphia monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equal 8 or less, but you cannot declare an attack with them this turn. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Dinomorphia monsters. 2 Dinomorphia Brute, pay half your life points, destroy a Dinomorphia monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls. 3 Dinomorphia Frenzy, new in the pack. During your opponent's main phase, pay half your life points, fusion summon a Dinomorphia monster from your extra deck using only 1 monster from your deck and only 1 monster from your extra deck as fusion material. 3 Solemn Judgment, crazy card, and 1 Dinomorphia Sonic. When your opponent activates a spell trap card while you control a Dinomorphia monster, pay half your life points, negate the activation, and if you do destroy that card, then destroy 1 Dinomorphia monster you control. And then the counter Dinomorphia traps, of which we're only playing 1 of, is that during damage calculation, while your life points are 2,000 or less, if you would take battle damage, you can banish this card from your graveyard, take no battle damage from that battle. Now for the extra deck, 3 Kentragina, loses attack equal to your life points, requires 2 Dinomorphia monsters, different names. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. During the main phase quick effect, you can pay half your life points and banish your Dinomorphia normal trap from your graveyard. This card becomes that trap's effect when that card is activated, and if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Dinomorphia monster from your graveyard without doing the whole trap banishing thing. Dinomorphia Stealthbergia, 2 Dinomorphia monsters with different names. While your life points are 2,000 less, you do not pay life points to activate trap cards or Dinomorphia monster effects. You can only use the following once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can inflict damage to your opponent's equal to your monster's original attack. If this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon a 1 level 4 or lower monster Dinomorphia monster from your graveyard. This card sucks, but you need to play it because for fusion names with Frenzy, Rexstorm, a new boss monster in beginning of Turmoil. 1 Dinomorphia fusion monster plus 1 Dinomorphia monster. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters they control that have attack greater than or equal to your life points. This is what you're trying to make with this whole deck. It also has the effect, quick effect, you can pay half your life points. The attack of all monsters your opponent currently controls become equal to your life points during the turn. And if this card is destroy battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 level 6 or lower Dinomorphia monster from your graveyard. So yeah, that effect is to help get your life points lower. This is what you're trying to summon. This is the end boss. Very, very good card. 1 Evil Sorlagia negates a summon or spell trap effect. Dolka negates a monster effect. Raider's Knight into Arc Rebellion steals games for OTKs. Zeus, we have Xyz, so we might as well have it. Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, and access code Talker. So, that's the deck list, and now that we've done the card by card, let's play some games. We'll play 2 games, one in which I win that I commentate over, and one in which I lose that I commentate over. The game is afoot. It's Dinomorphing time. Our first game is up against DDD, and we're going second, but we open 2 very good hand traps against their deck. They normal summon Kepler, we ash that, now we can also imperm Gilgamesh if it comes to that. It resolves Ash Blossom, negating Kepler. And fortunately, it won't come to that, as they just pass turn. We draw for turn, Barret Flames, and it's time to set 4 and pass. Quick turn, I know. The hand is very good, though. Having both fusion traps means that almost certainly at least one of them will resolve. Our opponent draws and normal summons Copernicus, and if ashing the normal summon last time stopped them, it should do a good job here, too. However, this time, they've got the materials to make Gilgamesh, so I make my move. I activate Frenzy, and they respond with an ash of their own. Not a problem, we have the other insane fusion trap, Domain. Yes, we get 2 cards like this. In fact, needing to activate a second one actually helps us by lowering the life points below Gilgamesh's attack. Domain dump Theresia and Diplos to summon Kentragina, then Kentragina effect copying Frenzy, dumping Diplos and Stealthbergia to make the one, the only Dinomorphia Rexterm. No summoning animation. What's up, Konami? Our opponent can no longer activate the effects of monsters they control with 1,000 or more attack. They beautifully demonstrate that by making Gilgamesh and doing nothing with it. Griffin effect in hand to summon, then they pass turn. For turn, we draw Eradicator Epidemic Virus, a good card against DDD, but we've already won no matter what we draw. We Kentragina effect copying Domain to summon another Kentragina. Then we activate Ferret Flames to clear their board, leaving them open to 10,000 points of damage. Way over lethal. A clean win to show off our deck's power. We were living like Larry, now it's time to lose like Lawrence. We go first, but open 0 ways to a fusion trap. Thanks, Master Duel. We set 5 and move to end phase, where they activate Shang-Ragliere, pitching itself in Dimensional Barrier to set Welcome Labyrinth. Yep, we're facing Labyrinth. Their turn starts, and they activate Pot of Extravagance, banishing 6 random cards in their extra deck, which I allow. Then they normal summon Ariana, which I infinite impermanence, negating the Ariana so I can try to keep them off of Welcome Labyrinth or the Labyrinth Field spell. It resolves, imperm negating Ariana. They then set 2, move to battle, swing for 1,600, and then pass turn to me. We draw, and thank God it's Frenzy. We set Frenzy at pass, but not before they Dynamiscus their own monster. Discarding Maxi to banish, this triggers Shang-Ragliere and Grave, and I figure they want to get to the field spell before they use Welcome Labyrinth. So I called by Shang-Ragliere so they can't do that. On resolution, Shang-Ragliere is negated, and then they activate Welcome Labyrinth, which I use Solemn Judgment on to keep them from their engine. All that resolves, the old man shows up and says no, negating Welcome Labyrinth. And now it's their turn. They draw. They set 1. At this point, I Dinomorphia Frenzy. And the last card in hand is Ash. Well, crap. That resolves. Ash negates Frenzy, and Frenzy sent to the graveyard. In phase. And I draw Theresia. Thank God. I normal her, then set a second Frenzy. Move to battle phase, I swing in for 2,000, and pass before they reveal one of their set cards is Dogmatica Punishment. Must be nice. They target pop Theresia sending Intis, then Intis effect, chaining Welcome Labyrinth with it to set it to the field, Intis targeting the set Frenzy. Their turn, they draw, and then they activate Welcome, then chain Dynamiscus in Graveyard to summon. Welcome summons Lovely, and then on summon, I activate Ferret Flames, forcing them to shuffle the Lovely back into their deck. Battle phase, Dynamiscus swings in, making our life points 400. I draw, and hey, that actually works. I normal Diplos to dump Sonic. All I need to do is crash Diplos, summon Theresia, and set the third Frenzy, and we're back in this. And then they flip another Dynamiscus. They had the exact perfect answer to counter me 3 times in a row. Once they activate Welcome in Graveyard, I see the writing on the wall and scoop it up. So now that we're done, I must say, wow, this deck is like good. Like really good. If you saw my Labyrinth meta report video, you'll recall that I struggled in Diamond 2 for over 50 games with that deck before falling out of it. This deck crushed Diamond 2 in about 10 games. We've done our investigation, now let's get into the closing argument. Verdicts are the same as usual, going by predicted expected ranking. Law-abiding nursing home resident is below platinum, harmless delinquent is platinum, lone wolf is low diamond, while public enemy number 1 is diamond 1. Now up for judgment, Dinomorphia. This deck has many strengths. Unlike other trap decks like Eldritch or Labyrinth, the deck's own cards can win games by themselves. Domain, Frenzy, and Theresia, searchable by Fossil Dig, are all one-card ways to summon Rex turn, which a lot of decks just kinda lose to. Other trap decks wish they had cards that good. It's extremely consistent. While we sort of bricked that last game, that's a very rare occurrence. You have up to 12 cards that get you to your boss, with 2 copies of Duality, and the 1 Prosperity to help you find them. This deck also synergizes well with incredible generic trap cards. Solemn Judgment, Torrential Tribute, and Ferret Flames are all amazing. And now for the weaknesses. While far more powerful than the other trap decks, it lacks the inherent grind they do. It burns through fusion materials like a hot knife through butter, and their grind with the monster's floating effects is easily disruptible. If your initial strategy fails, you're probably not getting back into the game. Somewhat related to the previous point, sometimes life points do matter. You will lose games that you feel you maybe could have won if only you had more life points. Also, not really a weakness of the deck, but I do want to reiterate that this deck is extremely expensive. It's probably not worth building if you didn't already have it built from Invincible Raid. All in all, this deck is a simple yet powerful beast. Both fun and effective, this deck gets a public enemy number 1. Thank you for watching. If you would like more guidance on how to make this deck work from people who have played the deck more than me, I highly recommend the Dinomorphia Discord server in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype repository, or the Dinomorphia channel in the Master Duel Meta Discord server. If you liked this video, consider liking and subscribing to me, and also comment below what you liked, what you think needs improvement, or tell me my list was garbage. Also, check me out on Twitter, where I follow other VTubers and Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, as well as post updates and my thoughts, and also my Twitch, where I stream Master Duel rank climbs, other Master Duel Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content, and other games. Also, if you'd like to discuss my content or Yu-Gi-Oh! In general with other like-minded people, consider joining my Discord, linked in the description. Thank you, and have a good day.